What's up? My name is Spencer, and yeah, you read that title correctly. I haven't touched audio in months, both on paid and just personal projects. And it's all thanks to this plugin called Alex Audio Butler. I also want to start off by saying that this video is not a paid ad or any kind of deal like that. I think this plugin is awesome and it just deserves the praise. So if editing audio doesn't get you stoked, you should definitely keep watching to see what this thing can do. I first found it when I was in a quick turnaround project that was 2 hours long that had a ton of talking heads in it. And I needed to master all the audio so everyone's at the same speaking level. Before I spent hours manually tweaking everyone's audio levels, I thankfully did a quick Google search to see if there was anything out there that could actually help. That's when I ended up stumbling across Alex Audio Butler. And in theory, it looked like it could work. And at this point, I was definitely willing to risk a little bit of money to save a lot of my time. I'm so glad that I decided to take that jump because I've literally used it on every single project since, including this one. As a quick comparison, here's my raw audio track without any effects or anything applied to it. And here's what happens when I turn Alex Audio Butler on. Super simple, automatic compression, leveling, mastering, all of that. It obviously works on vocals, and it can also be used on sound effects and music, and it has auto ducking that works really well. But I would say I get the most use out of the mastering tool though, and that's actually what ended up saving me on that project that was 2 hours long. Not only does it have some great tools built into it, but it'll blow your mind how easy it is to use. Let's dive into Premiere and I'll show you how. Okay, so I just got some basics on my timeline, a quick VO track, some night sound effects, and then a music track. So I'll let you listen each on its own. Using Alex Audio Butler, it's super easy to get good vocal compression and EQ just with the click of a button. So if I layer everything on top, it's kind of too much and all super cluttered. Using Alex Audio Butler, it's super easy to get good vocal compression and EQ just with the click of a button. See, it's pretty much just the music cutting through. You know what? I'll drag my my audio controls on screen here so you can see it. So once you have your audio track mixer open, all you're going to do is match up each of these tracks, 1, 2, and 3, to the corresponding tool. So here we go. And this one's a voice track. So and then you got simple settings. It's a constant source because there's only one mic. And then I usually stick to natural. And now let's see what that sounds like. Using Alex Audio Butler, it's super easy to get good vocal compression and EQ just with the click of a button. Now I'll turn it off. Using Alex Audio Butler, it's super easy to get good vocal compression and EQ just with the click of a button. It's like, for me, I would add a multiband compressor to literally every audio track for like a VO. And it sounds like it's adding that plus a few other things that levels everything out. But what I love is that it's consistent. So the next thing is some sound effects, and the same thing, sound effects. So you can see here the actual target volume, and then if you want it to duck. So we got that. And then our last thing, or I guess our second last thing, is music. Same thing here, it'll auto duck to the VO, and then you can choose your target volume. I find what it's set on is usually pretty good. So let's let it learn, and basically the way this plugin works is you have to play the audio back for it to update. But like I mentioned earlier with that 2 hour project, instead of listening to everything back, you can just export an MP3 and the same thing will happen. So watch this guy here. Using Alex Audio Butler, it's super. So it sounded pretty rough, but you can see that it says updating analysis. And now it's updated, so now let's go back and listen to it again. Using Alex Audio Butler, it's super easy to get good vocal compression and EQ just with the click of a button. So now it's a little bit more leveled out. I would even push the sound effects further back, and that's super easy to do. And then I think that's pretty good. And since we're going to be exporting this for the web, I would put a master on it, and boom. For the most part, it's so easy to use. using Alex Audio Butler, it's super easy to get good vocal compression and EQ just with the click of a button. That's it. That's literally how easy it is to use. And again, if you don't have time to play back and let the plugin learn from your tracks, just export an MP3 or a movie, and it'll do exactly the same thing. It'll update the analysis, and then you are good to go. And I seriously don't know how it could get any easier than that. It's available on Mac and Windows for Premiere, Audition, as well as DaVinci Resolve. And right now it's 40% off too. Seriously, I can't recommend this plugin enough. If you don't get jazzed up like me editing audio, this just kind of brings back the fun and you don't really have to worry about all the little details. All right, that's it for me. See you in the next one. Peace.